Okay. Officially, I don't know. I think it's just the network on my gadgets, and yet the rest of my gadgets have network. So yeah, that's how bad it is. But anyway, instead of dwelling on that and feeling bad about that, I think it's best we actually go right ahead and okay. Uh, if you get here still, we can do better. We can be able to share it back. Apologies about that. Okay, so I'll start right. I'm glad the other part we had not yet started. We had about the things that had planned to actually talk about today. I think we're still talking about how we need to plan and how we loud and clear. Okay, good to have you, Karunji Josephine. Please share this back to the group so that they know that we are here. Okay, and for those of you that are really into planning, I know some of us love to live on autopilot, like we just bump into things and we see things happening and we don't know how to actually, how to control certain things. That's not a good life to live. It's always better if we know how to control our lives and if we know how to direct our lives. So I'm glad that we are here, that we will learn to control, to be in charge of our lives, that we will learn to say no where we mean no, and we learn to say yes where we mean to say yes, that we say yes multiple times to our purpose and our calling and what's deep inside of us, because some of us are actually going to be amazed by the results that we are going to get. They are not going to be an overnight kind of results. This thing takes persistence. It takes being consistent. It takes being committed. It takes being determined. It takes ambition. It takes the zeal, the zest, the strength, the energy. And I think I wrote it somewhere and said that one time it will seem like it happened overnight, okay? Because if you ask me about the past 10 years, I will tell you I've been putting the one right foot in front of the other every other day, okay? So it has been an accumulation of years of toil, of tears, of laughter, of hard work, of effort, of sleepless nights, of going to places that I don't know up until now. The kind of work that we do, get ready to interface with people you don't know, with strangers. And I think I got used to that long time ago, because everywhere I go, it's not that every time I'll be invited back to MTN or back to NSSF or back to those companies. Yes, it's good because some of them would want to have you monthly, would want to have you quarterly. Most of them will actually invite me. My calendar for the year right now is full because most of them have already booked for end of year. And so my calendar is actually very tight towards the end of the year, because then we have either team building activities, we have, power talks, because we are ending the year. And most of the human resource managers are actually looking to enrich the experience of their human resource. So most of the times that time is actually very, very huge. But remember, you will be invited to different places. You will interface with strangers. You will go to places. A time will come when, by the way, maybe you will be on zero and you will have nothing, but you have to go anyway. A time will come when you have to decide whether to do pro bono or to actually charge money. And if you charge money, maybe they can't afford it. Now, I am telling you this because these are the real experiences. These are the real things that people go through that never mention. People will promise you the good life. They will promise you the good money. They will promise you the celebrity kind of life. And I promise you that. That's going to come, okay? But again, I'm not saying that it's the only thing that is going to come. I'm saying that there are going to be mountains and there are going to be slopes. There are going to be valleys and they are going to be hurdles to jump over. There are going to be so many things, but the only thing that counts in everything that we do is the willpower, okay? The will to keep going, the will to not give up, the will to prove them wrong, the will to do something for yourself, the will to say, this is me, I own it, I started it, and I am not giving up on it. Do you know how good that feels? Do you know how marvelous that feels? Lillian, good to have you. Do you know how wonderful it feels? This is like a baby, by the way. So many of you came to this mentorship, and this mentorship is the labor word. So what I am doing is I am telling you, push. And my job is to actually tell you to push. The reason as to why sometimes you'll not even hear from me, sometimes you will not, as in you will not hear from me, I will not be in your space, I will not be pushing you, I will not be telling you all these things, because there is no woman that goes to a labor ward and just sits around and hangs around. I expect you to work tirelessly. I expect you to research beyond the things that we are covering here. I expect you to find interest in topics that we have discussed. If I've discussed it for 20 minutes, that means there is more information on internet. There is more information. You can consult people. You can talk to anyone. That means that you can get more information about it. We have talked about purpose. You can look for that. We have talked about foundational principles of coaching. You can look for that. Why? You are in the labor ward. When I go to the labor, the few times, actually, for me, it's really Caesar. For all the times I've had my babies, it has been emergency Caesars. But for the people that have escorted to the labor ward, especially my sisters, they will tell you, we will even come from home, because most of the times, when they call me, I'm like, okay, I'm getting into the pains and what, I'm like, okay, so let's pack up. Are you ready? So someone packs up, and then all of a sudden I'm thinking, because I'm their big sister, then I'm thinking, I have to, to boil tea for them. I have to take a flask of tea, and then I have to take, tea leaves and lots of them, and then I have to, either go with a lesu, and in the process, as they are, moving around, you're rubbing their back, you're showing them support, but again, you're telling them that, you can't just sit in one place. You can't just expect that, you're just going to give birth. Before the real labor pain comes, before you even get to the time of actually giving birth, if they've measured your centimeters and you're not yet there, then you better, be walking around, pacing around, so that at least you can be active. You're not just sitting in one place. Now, I am giving you the example of the labor word. Why? Because the mentorship is a labor word. You are pushing out your baby. Now, you either kill your baby, and I think for most of you, you've had so many stories about the nurses, okay? Oh, thank God, I have never had anyone like that. Not in my condition anyway. But I used to hear so many stories, and even my mother would tell me stories that, some of these nurses will tell you, don't kill the child. Tota mwana wa musajja. At that moment, omwana wa musajja, because we are war, they no so kumuta. Tota mwana wa musajja, tokola chi. And the reason as to why they were for them, they thought they were motivating this lady to actually give birth and push forth. Now, I don't want you to kill your gift. I know there are so many of you that will compare yourselves to so many other people, and that is a source of distraction, that is a source of discouragement, that is a source that is going to lead you to actually give up. This is a personal journey. It's an individual journey. Even when you have a study partner, even when you have someone to help you, to remind you, to study with you, that is not an excuse. This is an individual journey, okay? So you cannot say, because so-and-so is not attending classes, so I'm not attending classes, okay? You cannot say, because so-and-so is not doing the assignment, then I'm not going to do my assignment, okay? I can hear a lot of chaos in the kennels. I don't know what exactly is happening. But I will not call. I was about to call my boy that takes care of them, just to tell them that please don't make them shout. He must be feeding them. Okay. So you are in the labor ward, you are giving birth to your baby. You don't know, our babies grow different, okay? Some babies get malnourished, okay? And then some babies actually get better. I mean, they grow up very well. The parents take care of them very well. So you realize that it's upon us. Are we going to starve our babies, or are we going to feed them? Are we going to be consistent or not? Emma, those dogs are shouting. Those dogs are shouting too much. Can you wait? You give them food after I'm done? Okay, because they are going to shout too much. Okay, sorry about that, guys. I had to do that because whenever they are being fed, hell breaks loose. Okay, thank you for using the example. It makes me understand this so well. Okay, like we are pushing now where I am. I believe, and let me tell you, you are going to keep rating yourself. And where I am, I believe my baby is healthy, and my baby has grown, is actually no longer a baby. My baby can speak for itself. My baby can be seen, can go to places, can appear in places where I am not. Why? Because I took time and fed this baby. I mean, single when I was alone, when other people were helping me, when I appeared in front of other people. You do this work behind the curtains, and then you do it in front of the curtains. And sometimes this is what we do. We compare ourselves to the experiences of others that are already in the limelight. And then you want to measure, and you're like, you know what? I want to start, and the way I want to start, the videos I want to make this kind of videos, or I want to make this kind of or this kind of speeches, or this kind. It takes experience, it takes time, it takes building. Okay, just like they say that even a journey of a million steps, it started by one step. Okay, so I want that step to be very meaningful. What is your next step? I want you to be able to ask yourself, what is my next level? What is my next idea? What am I doing next? Okay, you should never be stunted, you should never be satisfied, you should never be okay with less or with where you are. If you have talked to 1,000 people, that is not where you're supposed to end. You're supposed to speak to hundreds, to thousands, okay? To millions of people. If you can have a post that reaches 1,000 people, then you should be working harder that those posts will reach more people. Okay, if you have, let me tell you, if you are at a place right now where you go to a store to buy clothes, and then you see clothes that you want and you cannot even afford them, and you have to take back some of them, or you have to go back to the counter and then you ask, now how much is that now, and then you bring out all the old notes in your bag. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. That is where I have been. I am speaking about the story of my life. So recently I was at actually I think it was Waikiki, and I saw some nice clothes, because I used to buy clothes, most of the clothes, whenever I travel, I buy clothes in bulk, so that they can last me quite some time. So this time around, when someone told me, oh, Waikiki is open in Kampala, I was like, okay, I'm going to check it out. Now when I went there, I got to the counter. Definitely I was shopping around for some stuff. The last time I had a mini vacation, so I was shopping out for my birthday vacation, and so I find this lady, and she looked right round about my age, actually, even if I'm not mistaken, a little bit older than me. And she was at the counter and she was bargaining. Now Waikiki, there is no bargaining, because there is price on every garment, so you just carry what you need and you go to the counter. And so she kept saying, oh, kati sente zange zibulako 15 kati, kakati simanyi, all those things. And then she had brought so many clothes, and then she had to take only 2 out of the 10 that she had brought. And I was like, I know that place very well. I know that place that I could not even enter a shop, and the only place I could go to is you bend and pick whatever you want, and maybe 3,000 or 4,000, and that is what you can afford, and that is an okay place, because we grow from there to the places where God wants us to be. So I want to tell you, this baby of yours, the moment you start feeding them, the moment you are consistent, and let me tell you that recently I was actually thinking about the difference between the people that make it and people that don't make it. The difference between, there is a very distinctive difference. The difference between people that make it and people that don't make it is in the way they see things, the perspective, okay? Because if you look out, there are so many of you in the same class, okay? And there are so many of you that have gone through this mentorship. Now, there are so many that I will tell you that are thriving, and I look at them and the speed at which they move, and I'm like, wow, they are going to go places that they have never thought they would go. There are those that are quiet, but I know they are working behind the curtains. And then there are those that are skeptical. Have you seen people that are skeptical? They're peeping, they're like, let me see whether it will work. Let me see, where will it end? Where are they headed? What's going to, like, what's going to happen? Like, they are the doubting Thomases. And so they keep doubtful while others are actually taking on, while others are saying yes. They are saying yes to platforms. The difference between some of us that are going to accept to go on TV and radio to actually feature or to be hosted and speak about whatever we need to speak about, it's not because there are those that are more confident and then there are those of us that are not confident at all. No. It's about the willingness and how much we want this, how bad we want this, okay? How bad we want this. When I see people like Joanne, and Joanne joined this mentorship actually, and yesterday, I think the other day, yes, she was on radio, she was on TV, on Chit Chat. And tomorrow morning, she's going to be on the Code Green. I did not connect her for Code Green, okay? And I mean, even I know that my employees or my staff did not give her the chance to come on Code Green because, no, it's because our boss recommended. It's not because, no, it's not because Bahati said. No, it's because she has content. Now, the reason as to why she has content, she's so inquisitive. She is so hungry. Let me tell you, if you are hungry for something, have you ever been hungry? If you are hungry, you are going to look for food. You are going to want it so badly. You are going to do the assignments. You are going to research. You're going to go above and beyond what we cover in this mentorship. You're going to spread your wings. You're going to attain a lot of knowledge. You're going to network in this group. You're going to make friends more than anyone has ever made friends. And that is the difference between people that are hungry and people that are not hungry. Because if you're not hungry, then you might as well say, I will eat tomorrow. I will eat later. Now, that is for procrastinators. That is a monkey in your head that is saying you can do it later. But there is someone that is saying it's now or now. And I was that kind of person. And let me tell you, it has brought me where I am, and it is taking me further. Okay. Currently, I'm being next month officially, I'm going to be the representative or the coordinator for the Equip program, John Maxwell's Equip program. And that is why I actually brought on board the leadership program that we are going to actually do. And being chosen out of the so many people that showed interest in being coordinators, and me who thought I'm busy, I actually don't have time. And they're like, it's your profile that we need. It's your profile that will change communities and will change leadership in Uganda. And it's what we need. We are not looking at anything else. And I'm like, okay, now I am in this, and okay, let's do this, okay? Because I'm like, I can't be busy for God's work, and I can't be busy for changing lives. But why? I keep saying yes to opportunities. I keep saying yes to my purpose. I keep saying yes to my calling. And I will say yes to my calling until the day I die. Why? Because it has not lied to me. I am living a fulfilled life. I'm living a better life. I am thriving. I'm speaking from a place of contentment. I'm speaking from a place of love. I'm speaking from a place of not perfect, but I am speaking from a place of climbing, and I am going at a very terrific speed, okay? So if you're joining this mentorship, I'm only saying I am setting the pace, okay? But you decide what pace you want to move at. You decide the things that you want to achieve. You decide what your vision board has, because your vision board, it's very possible. And let me tell you, I have so many testimonies about vision boards. And for me, it's not just the literal vision board that you put somewhere. I don't have a vision board in my office. I don't. But, or even at home, I don't. But I usually do all my vision boards on my phone. And this is what happens. There is a year that I was actually so astonished. It was Christmas, and I sat down while we were in church. And while the preacher was preaching, I was actually writing down my vision board. And I was writing the things that I wanted to happen that year. And I'm telling you this because by the time I was actually writing, I was single. And I wrote and said, by the end of the following year, I had to be married. The end of the following year, I had to be pregnant. And I wrote around 10 things. And married, I did not even settle for Janja. And I was like, no, I'll be married. It will be a wedding. It will be marvelous. It will be my choice kind of a wedding. And I will travel abroad for my honeymoon. I wrote down things. And let me tell you, this God that we all serve or that we all believe in is a God that never fails, okay? Everything, the way I wrote it to the dot, to the period, to the full stop, to the comma, everything happened in that year. Everything. Now, the worst happened before the best happened. And I will not go into the part of the worst. You will ask me some other time. But the worst happened before the best happened. And when the worst happens, sometimes you feel like, okay, I lied to myself. I don't think this is going to work. I don't think I'm anywhere close to achieving. Actually, in my heart, I'm like, I wrote this. I just, wrote it for the sake of, I believe in God. I believe in the power of attraction. I believe in the power of the miraculous. I believe, but I think oba neeyisiza uko, oba nabitaddemu akajanja kanji, oba nayogedde ebigambo bingi, oba nawandise bingi, oba nasabye bingi. But let me tell you, everything happened the way it was supposed to happen. And just like I said, the worst happened before the best happened. Like, there was no way, nothing in the air to show that anything would happen. By around May, nothing would show that anything was going to happen in my life. Okay? Because some of you, I think you look at people that they've not made it in life, but maybe they're a bit ahead of you. And I don't think anyone is even ahead of you, but we are in different lanes. So if you see someone that is on a lane that is ahead of you, you tend to think those people got it on a silver plate, and it was all simple. They were born with a silver spoon, and they're from the white collar kind of families. And no, some of us are not privileged to even have to come from that. Some of us have had to hustle it out. We've had to believe against belief. We've had to look mad. We've had to look crazy. We've had to we've had to do that. But let me tell you, it never lies. So the difference between successful people and those that are not successful, the difference between the people that are going to make it after this mentorship and people that are not going to make it, is how hungry you are and how crazy you're willing to get to the next level. How crazy you're willing to look. Okay, until you say, you know what, enough is enough. I'm not settling for this. I am going to take pictures. I am going to post every day. I am going to go to groups and look for the people, my kind of crowd and my tribe and where they are. I'm going to communicate to them. I'm going to bring out solutions for them. They are going to follow me for the solutions that I create. They are going to super glue on me. I'm going to be like a magnet that is going to invite and attract the people that are supposed to be with me. Not everyone is supposed to be with you. Not everyone is supposed to be with you. But the people that are supposed to be with you, that are supposed to follow you, that are supposed to learn from you, those people, they are going to come in your life, okay? So, here we are, loud and clear, and Lillian Navasumba, hi coach, hi, good evening. And Lillian, I decided to unfollow some people. I found myself comparing the journey, not in a bad faith, but because it was taking away the peace. You don't deserve to be peaceless. Thank you for using the example. It makes me understand, Jessica, my journey is unique to me, still in the labor ward, bringing the baby alive, and that baby is going to grow, and so many people are going to benefit from that baby, okay? Hello, Alan here, attending the live session. Good to have you. And then, hello, coach. So privileged to be here. And Carol, you're saying yes. Not everyone is supposed to be with. Not everyone is supposed to be with me. Let me tell you, there are people who will look at you by the mere fact or the mere virtue of looking at you. They're going to hate you, and that's okay. Okay, there are people that you will say words and those words will sting them in the wrong way and they will hate you for it. Instead of liking you, instead, because they say like, if someone really loves you and cares about you, I have rubbed so many people the wrong way. So many people have hated me and they have come to love me. Like, it's been a bittersweet kind of relationship with my followers so many times. And I'm like, I don't give a damn if I'm a surgeon and I'm supposed to operate on you. I'm not going to ask you, excuse me, madam, can I touch this place, or can I operate here like this? Or I show you the whole procedure. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to cut you open. I'm going to pull out that baby and it's going to hurt. And I'm going to sew you up, and I'm going to tell you, be strong and be on your way, and you're going to be fine. There are certain things we just don't need to hold people like babies, and we, even when we are giving them solutions, sometimes we have to give solutions like we mean it, okay? We are not begging people to follow us. No, they are following us because they like what we do. They are following us because we make them better. They are following us because we challenge them. We make them feel things that no one has made them feel. They follow us because they would want to have a piece of us, okay? They would want to be like us. They would want to take the strides, to reach out, okay? And you're not going to be that person with lugezi that is going to be very far away from them, that you're going to be the celebrity that is in the high places, that is there. No. You are a people helper. You are a destiny helper. So you are going to get your hands dirty. You are going to be where they are. You're going to help them from there, and you're going to grow with them. And those that don't want will fall off. Okay, those that don't want you will unfollow you. These are social media platforms. They have unfollow buttons, they have block buttons, and there's a reason for every button that is on social media. Okay, but people will follow you because of the value that you give to them, and the value that is consistent, okay, that is not present today and it is not present tomorrow, and it is absent tomorrow. And then whenever your life is down, then you can't do anything. No, I'm not that type. I will be on bed, and last week, for most of you didn't actually know what I was going through. I was literally in theater. The day we missed the live, the night I came on live to tell you that I was sick, I was being driven to the hospital to check in, be admitted, because the following day I had an operation. And after theater, some of you, even that very day, I had scheduled some posts and they were running on social media. And it's not no, it's because I love what I do. And sometimes I kept even in touch with some people, and some people kept telling me, but coach, please rest, please. And I'm like, yes, I am rested. But again, if you are the kind that, like a mother, I'll just give you an example. If you are a mother, some of you may be mothers on this platform. As mothers, we never rest. Even when you are sick, you are the one they need, okay? So they will throw themselves at you. Whenever I'm sick, and maybe I'm in the bedroom, my kids are in the bedroom with me, and it's not just my kids, even Tim is around me, and I have to decide what they're going to eat, what they're going to what, even if I'm not the one going to cook, but what is the person going to cook, how do I like it? I have to even tell what ingredients are they going to use, what kind of outcome am I looking for, as in, because you're a mother, duh, you can't sleep. Teosobola kubuli zako. While I'm being strolled out of the theater, I'm thinking, can I call my children and find out how they are? Or can I log onto the home camera and see what's happening? So it's a full-time job. Being a mother is a full-time job. So being a coach, a consultant, a mentor, a people helper, a destiny helper is a full-time job, okay? So you never get to rest. Whether you're on a vacation, you're still inspiring people. Whether you're on your on your sick bed, you're inspiring people. Whether you are inspiring people. On the move, you're settled, you're in your office, you don't have an office, you're working out of a briefcase, you're meeting people in hotels, you don't have a hotel. It's a full-time job, and we are going to do it, and we are going to excel. And let me tell you, I want this tribe to be a tribe of excelling people, and people that really, really are determined to get to where they want to get, okay? So, in a nutshell, I will just summarize the things that we have talked about, the things that you need, the difference between successful people and those that are not successful, okay? The difference between some of us that are going to excel in this program and those of us that are not going to excel, that are going to get lost, and then we will forget your names. And I don't want to forget anyone's name, because let me tell you, I have learned the power of making people and making relationships and making friendships. So even when you are crawling, believe me, at one point you're going to hear from me. Just like some of you, when you showed interest and maybe you gave up and maybe you just you didn't follow up, you realize I had to come back and follow you up, because if you showed interest, that means there is a calling inside of you, and I am equipped to call out that greatness out of you and to make it manifest into the world. So we really have to do this. So the passion, I will talk about, they are very passionate about their lives. If you are passionate about life, let me tell you, nothing fails. If you're passionate about life, like I'm really passionate about life. I'm the kind who believes everything is possible. I'm the kind, and I create these possibilities every day, okay? So I am very passionate. That is why I will do anything at any time, whether I am sick, whether it's raining, whether it's shining, whether it's showing up. And even the people that I work with, I mean, they know me. That when Bahati says that she is into this or she's going to do this, there is no two ways about it. If she says she's going to arrive here at this time, she's going to arrive here at this time. Why? Because I am passionate about life. And if I'm not going to be for something, I'm actually not for something. I will not even say much. I will just say, no, I'm not part of that. Or I will not even say, I will just walk away. And I will never be a part of that. But if I'm part of something, I'm going to give my whole, and I'm going to be present, fully present, okay? So be very passionate. The difference between successful people and those that are not successful, they're not passionate. Their passion is like, it needs warming. You need to put it in a microwave and then it warms up, and then when you take it out, it's oscillating between the refrigerator and the microwave. Refrigerator, microwave. For those of you that are Bible readers, even God hates such a person. He says that if you are cold and warm at the same time, I'll spit you out of my mouth. That means that you have to decide whether to be hot or totally cold, but you can't be in between. Aga naga techikola. If your foot is this side and your foot is that side, that does not work. You need to decide, and passion will help you decide, okay? So that you know exactly where to put all your strength. And then, because where we focus, our energy goes, and where our energy goes, results are inevitable. Okay, so whether there are negative results or positive results, if your energy goes there, if you focus, if you laser focus, then you are going to get results. Okay, And then you manage your expectations. If you're a person that is going to be very, very deliberately successful, you manage your expectation, as in you're not the kind that is riding with your head up in the sky or in the clouds, and it's like you live on cloud nine. No, you live in, like, in the real world. Okay, so you know that, okay, if the money does not come, it's okay, I'll still go ahead and do what I need to do. If this Because some of us expect life to move like in a straight line, and let me tell you, that's not how successful people move. Sometimes it's I mean, a number of zigzags that lead us to where we want to get. So if your life is moving in a zigzag, don't question and say, you know what, I think mine, everything is sealed, I'm just a failure, I'm just not making it in life. No, you're going to oscillate and oscillate, but when you get a proper landing, you will land and then you will take off in a very good way. So make sure that you gain momentum even as you go zigzag, even when you're not so sure, even when you don't believe, even when you have, third thoughts and second thoughts and fourth thoughts, even when you feel like, it's just not working out. Okay, I need you to be able to hold out. Okay, Annette, you're saying that okay, that I have always faced a challenge with people because of being so frank, and when I realized it, I kind of felt small and stopped being so straightforward. And it really depends what kind of straightforward, because there's a straightforward that is insensitive, and then there is a straightforward that is actually unapologetic, and I don't care. I've said it, and it's the truth. So you don't expect me to sugarcoat it. And I think if you followed me long enough, you will see that I'm for the second one. Okay, sometimes I just feel like when you are soft, people don't listen, don't hear. And when you feel it's your mandate to actually help people change, and you have to give them the bitter pills, you have to give them the bitter pills. So when you have to say amen, for example, I've used the word stupid so many times when I'm speaking, and I usually explain it that actually stupidity is not an abuse. It's actually a statement to mean that you did not learn from other people's mistakes. So you were stupid enough to commit or to not learn, and you fell into the same ditch that someone else fell into. So you being frank is and by the way, you don't have to force it. Now, me, I don't force it, because like I get angry and I say it, even on my shows, I say it. I'm like, this is just pissing me off. I mean, if you don't understand that you must love yourself, then there's a problem. You are the problem. Okay, so I throw the hot ball into your hands, and I make you question yourself. Okay, whether you deserve even anything good, because if you deserved anything good, you would have made better choices for yourself. You'd have loved yourself a little more. You'd have taken care of yourself a little more. And I'm like, yeah, for some people you just have to knock it into their heads for them to understand. For some of them, you will speak, whenever you're speaking softly, you're actually speaking gibberish. They don't understand anything. But whenever you're frank and non-apologetic about what you have to say, then you get people's attention. Then you're like, okay, what's happening? Okay, why is she speaking like that? And some people, yes, those that will take offense, definitely they want to die in their situations, or they want to stick to their old wounds, and then they want to massage their egos. And sometimes I'm not there to massage people's egos, because I know that's not getting anyone. If you want your ego massaged, then forget about success. Okay, because trials, challenges are going to splash into your face. They are not going to spare you. So if they're not going to spare you, I'm not going to spare you. Okay, let's just call out that greatness. And sometimes how you call greatness, you don't say, oh, I think I deserve better, or I think I have greatness inside of me. No, sometimes you just have to raise your voice and say, come on, I expect much better from myself. Okay, I know I can do much better. I can be confident. I can conquer the world. I can do this. I can shoot these videos. What's wrong with me? You demand answers from yourself. Okay, you look at yourself in the mirror and say, you are the one. I'm self-sabotaging. I'm standing in my own way, and there is no way. I cannot blame anyone else. So if I have to blame myself, then I can change something. I can do something. Okay, so make sure that you understand what kind of frankness that and straightforwardness that you mean. Holding a live class when you are on your way to hospital for surgery, that there is the greatest passion and commitment you could you challenge me. And let me tell you, part of what you have looked at in the videos, I talked about care. Now, just like you care for your children, this goes beyond leadership. Leadership kind of caring goes beyond that. I have not met some of you, but I care about you. I feel I owe it to you. I feel you are in this race to make it. And if you're going to make it, then we are going to make it together. We are going to thrive together. We are going to shine together. And I'm not going to leave you halfway. I'm not going to leave you quarter way. I'm not going to leave. I'm just like I said, I might not be in your space every day, but I want to hold your hand. And I don't want to just, okay, the program is ending, so this is it. We are not, no, 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 no. This program is going to end, but guess what? Our relationship, my relationship with you is not going to end. Why? I care about you. Okay, I care about how you turn out. I care about your destiny. I want to see you on global platforms. I want you to grow into a global speaker, to grow into a global author, to grow into a global counselor that is going to change the hearts of men and women, that is going to cause the change that we so much need in this world. The family unit is under attack. Relationships are under attack. Anything good in humanity is under attack. Even just having friends. Can you imagine that this COVID thing, someone sat down and came up with an idea and said, we want people to never be together, to never gather, to never have parties, to never have fun. That used to be our life. And let me tell you, the reason as to why people will even live longer is because they have healthy relationships and support systems. Now, if we lose support systems, we are losing it all. So there is a new world that we must create. And I must create it with people that are passionate and need and know what they want. Okay, so we work towards that. All of us, we work towards that. You come from your corner, and the other one, Carol, you come from your corner. Vangelista, you come from another one. Kakuru, you come from another one. Allen, you come from another one. Muge, you come from another one. I mean, we all come and cause the massive change. I cannot change the world alone. I cannot transform the world alone. And when I got to know that, I was like, the pride should go aside, okay? Because they say pride comes before the fall. And I'm like, I'm not about to fall. I will be 80, I will be 90 years old and 100 years old, and you will see me speaking in the world. You will see me traveling and, making change and transforming the world. Why? I'm not about to give up, and I'm not settling for anything. Nothing in this world will make me settle. So you make sure that you are so passionate, and you make sure that you actually manage your expectations. Okay, things are not going to be in the straight line, and then you do not hesitate to take risks. Take so many. I took a risk on you, okay? And I mean, us being here in this class, discussing these things, this is huge. This is, your parents didn't live this kind of life. I'm in my home. I'm in the comfort of my home. You're in the comfort of your home. And we are here learning. Okay, that means the world is running at a terrific speed. Technology is being advanced every day, and that means that your brain has to run at a speed, okay, that you have never run before. Because if you want a different thing, something different, then you do something different. So if you've been doing something different, what time do you wake up? Some of you wake up at 9, at 10, and then you'll tell me, oh, I went to bed late. What were you doing? Oh, I was watching movies. Okay, are movies really contributing towards your purpose? It's not a bad thing to watch a movie. Once in a while, I do watch movies. I love movies. Team loves movies. Okay, we have movie nights in our homes where we just having popcorn, and then we sit down and we lay down. But we even sometimes don't sit on the chairs. We just lay down blankets, soft blankets on the carpets, and we snuggle and watch movies. But that's for selected time. Tim will know that most of the time I will be in this office of mine doing something, recording something. I'm on Skype with someone. I'm on a virtual event. I'm doing something, and I know my timetable. I know what I do. I know when it's family time and I give it fully. And I know when it's time for my work and I give it fully. And I don't give divided attention. So when I'm here, I'm actually here. Okay? And our time is actually moving so fast. We're about to conclude. But I want you, as we conclude, I want you to be able to write down 5 things that you have learned from this live session. And then note down that for the last few minutes that we have, please note down any question that you have or any kind of clarity that you need me to point out, and I'll make sure that I do that, okay? So you don't hesitate to take risks, and then you realize that sometimes failure is part of the process. I talked about that. You'll get so many zigzags, but it does not mean that it's the end of the road. And then you understand that the importance of nurturing authentic relationships with others. Networking, your network is your net worth. Okay? Right now, if I want 200 million, it's one call away from me. One call away from me because of the relationships that I have created. Now, like, I'm not saying that create rich friends, create important friends. People that add value to you. This value might not be financial, could be moral support. There are people that are so good at morally supporting you. There are people who will encourage you into your dreams. There are people who will pray for your dreams. There are people who will believe in you when no one believes in you. Create better relationships. Get out of your circle. Break out of your circle. These things of saying, me, I'm not a people person. Again, I am shy. Again, I'm not what. I am not what. No, I think we made that decision. We made that decision a long time ago. Definitely, it's been hard for me and for Tim and I, because we are. Tim is not introverted. I am an introvert. Tim is an extrovert, on the other hand. But an extrovert is also ish. Okay. But we are the kinds who love, like, we enjoy our company, like too much. Okay. We are always together. We are going to events. We are going to be as in together. Now, we made it a decision and said that, you know what, we love our company and we are going to be like this, like for all times, but we must break camp and make deliberate relationships with other people. And it was a deliberate choice and very intentional, okay? Because you cannot be successful if you do not have relationships, if you do not have friendships, if you do not have value in your life. Because who you know is one that connects you to wherever, is one that, you know, calls you for an opportunity, is one that will encourage you, is one that you will ask from, is one that you will consult from, okay? So make sure that within this group, within the gladiators, within the world changers, or within other friends that you have, make sure that you know people that give value and you stick with them and make friends with them. Okay, I see a lot of me in you. So glad I made it to the program. So much self-discovery, not hesitating to take risks, exactly. And you said, Coach, you have a question, please jot it down. It's important to network, research beyond what we are taught. I need to be hungry for success and nurture my passion. Okay, Coach, how can I correct my client's mistake without sounding judgmental? I actually wanted to talk about that. I remember you asked about that. Correcting them without sounding judgmental. Now, how does judgment come? Now, have you ever seen, we are all created to, like, naturally we judge. I don't want you to blame yourself. We are all like these eyes, like, there is a way God created us and we are so weird. Like, you look at someone and you look at them from their head to their toe, and then you will have measured them, okay, and made your own conclusions, and then you will drop them in a certain basket, whether pending or waiting, or you just disappear, okay? And then, like, there's a way we categorize people, and now that's a natural thing. I just wanted to bring it out that it's a natural thing. Now, When you come to this arena, then you know that I am not working with perfect people. Actually, I am working with sinners. I'm working with, because you're also a sinner. I'm working with people that have flaws. I'm working with people that have different understanding capacities, different backgrounds, different kinds of nurturing, and different kinds of likes. Okay. So that means you have to be neutral. Okay. Very neutral. That means that you have to teach yourself to never even be scared or frown or hesitate or look a certain way when someone says something. Let me tell you, I have been in sessions with people and someone tells you something and like you have a straight face. And I think because of the experience also helps. And someone tells you, I killed someone, and you look at them like it has not bothered you. Because then if I put on a face like it has bothered me, then I'm not going to get more information from you. You're not going to disclose, so I'm not going to be able to help you. Whether it's police that sent you to me, or it's a child that has been sent from school. There's so many schools that have sent their kids to me and they've said, if you don't go to Bahati and see, and you have a letter from Bahati, like that is St. Mary's, and then the Crimland Nani colleges, and Taiba, some of those schools, and I don't know who gives them my contacts, but most of the disciplinary either committees or what, if you don't come back here with a letter from Bahati, then we are not going to, you're not coming back to school. Now, and someone tells you, or a kid of 18 tells you, I aborted. And then, I would have frowned my face. I would have looked like, what did you do? No. But there's a way sometimes I even surprise myself. I look at them and I'm like, that's normal. That's not strange. It's not my first time to hear it. Okay, so what exactly happened? Who took you there? What kind of pills? What kind of, before you know it, you have full information and then you can be able to actually help them. So it's about the experience. The more you work with people, is the more you will get to know, because these things are going to come to you repetitively. So there will be, you will get used to hearing some of them, and some of them will be like, yeah, but you didn't even shake. You didn't even look like it has bothered you. I'm like, but why get bothered? Because I've had that like 1,000 times. Okay. On the other hand, you just have to know that people come to you for healing. Now, you cannot go to a doctor to tell them that I have a wound, and then they tell you, or they judge you for having the wound. No, the reason as to why we go to a doctor is because we cannot treat that wound, or we don't have the knowledge to do that. So that means that we need their help to be able to heal. Okay, so a good doctor is one that will just take the background check. Actually, we are like doctors. We take the history. You ask, when did this happen? What happened? How did it happen? And so that you can get the angles from which to ask necessary questions that are going to bring an aha moment, or are going to unveil answers, phoned answers, not answers that you're spoon feeding them. Okay, so that means that you put yourself in a place of a doctor and say, you cannot tell someone, Luachi wa good day in Simbu. No, you cannot tell someone, why did you get HIV? No, when someone comes to you and they have HIV, all they need is medication to be able to know what kind of regimen, what kind of medication should they take for them to be fine, to last longer. So that means you take it upon yourself to know that these people are here for help, and by the time they have trusted you, they have not come to you for judging. Even when you feel you're the greatest Christian and you're spirit filled and fire spitting and speaking in tongues, when someone says that, even if something that contradicts with your religion or with anything, because remember, people are not coming to you because of religion. People are coming to you because they see potential, because they see that you can help them. Okay, so be a helper and care about them. You cannot judge people that you care about. That is why when you love someone, it's very hard to judge them. You always have their back. You always speaking for them. You're always giving an excuse for them. Okay, so even for your clients, you make sure that you care about them. When you care about someone, you can never judge them. Okay, coach, okay, like finding it so hard, I'm going to have to lose some friends for For long, I've been fearing to lose that block button. So I guess now is the time. Yes, it is. And you'll feel so good. I'm the king at you know, using those buttons. I mean, they're put there for a reason, okay? And avoid anger is important in communication. Exactly. And how do I stop getting so much into the problem I'm trying to solve? I tend to get engrossed in the problem. Okay, now that also comes with experience, but again, you have to know that this is a profession, okay, that you're going to be doing, and in as much as you'd want to help, you cannot help people past a certain kind of limit, because then that person is either going to totally rely on you for decisions. And remember, you're not supposed to decide for the client or for the people. You're supposed to empower them to be able to understand their situation better and be able to make better decisions, okay? So how you help them without getting engrossed in their problems or swallowed up in their problems, because let me tell you, we can carry people's problems. You can go back to your home and all you're talking about are your clients and the things they're going through. If you're a woman, and then what kind of man did she get married to? That man is a stupid man. What did she, you know? And like you even feel like it's really tormenting you. Now, number one, I will tell you, you need a mentor. A mentor, and this mentor, a mentor that you can have time, whether it's once in a month, whether you can meet with that mentor of yours and you actually evaluate, you talk about, you pour out your heart. Because the reason as to why most times we get engrossed is because we have too much time with the clients and then we cannot empty ourselves, so we keep everything inside of us. So what I would do, I would actually, even up to now, Tim is a person that I go to, okay, and I mean, I talk to him. We talk, and I'm like, okay, this and this and that and that and that and that and that. To me, actually, it's more like we are looking for more solutions for the people. But for me, it's unpacking and it's unloading and it's me pouring out so that I can be empty again and be able to serve with more zeal and with more passion. Okay, because those kind of issues, they will dull your shine with time, because then you will transfer what another person is going through, and then you will meet another client, and then you will give them maybe an example of the previous client, and you can you imagine, even this woman came here and they're going through this and this and this, and then this client is like, by the time you tell me another client's problems, does it mean that you're also going to tell another person my problems? So I cannot trust you to actually come back. Okay, so you really have to unpack. Okay, and you let me know. We can walk this journey together, because again, you need to set targets. You need to be able to know, okay, how many clients do I want to meet in a month? How do I get the clients in the first place? How do I charge them? I know we talk about all those things in the videos, but you need to be able to actually evaluate yourself. Okay, do you want to have an office? What does it mean? What does the rent look like? Is it going to come out at the end of the day, or do you have enough money to inject into this for a year before the profits start to come out? All those kind of evaluations, you need a mentor that you can meet every once a month. Okay, and to be able to empty yourself and be able to help yourself. Okay, so the others is really when you get busy, you will see that your body is going to adjust, your mind is going to adjust automatically, because then, I mean, you cannot dwell on one thing. For example, so many of my days are filled to capacity. If I am not shooting, I'm in office. If I'm not in office, and if I'm in office, I'm in office for certain appointments and meetings, and I am done. So if I'm not doing that, I'm having sessions. These days, I don't have so much time for one-on-one sessions, so I'm phasing that out. I've been phasing that out for the past 2 years, because some people will insist and they will say, we want you. Now, on my red card, when someone requests to come for a counseling session, we have different kinds of red cards. There are those red cards, I mean, where I am the one that you are meeting, and then there are other red cards where you're meeting other kind of other counselors. Now, even the money is different. Now, someone will opt to leave a session of 50,000, okay, on an hour, and they will opt to pay 200,000 an hour because they want to meet me. And sometimes I will tell them, I don't have an hour, I have 30 minutes, and they will say it's okay, I will pay the 200 to meet you for the for the half hour, but I know you're the one that can help me out. So you see, when a time comes when you are super busy, you're coming out of a session and into another, and you just need to freshen your mind, and you just need to clear your mind, you need to listen to this person afresh, and you need to know, to ask them the right questions. You listen with, with intention. You will find yourself like automatically your body or your mind will adjust to know that I can accommodate so many people can come to me, and I will not leave my clients' problems with me when I am going back home. I will actually lock the door or walk out of a hotel, walk out of a restaurant, or just come from meeting them, and I will just go into another phase altogether. Why? Because my mind is occupied. I have research to do, I have posts to do, I have videos to shoot, I have clients to meet, I have meetings to attend. So do you realize if you have a program, there is a way you're not sluggish, and there is a way you don't have too much time to actually get engrossed, okay? And it's good to terminate certain sessions. For example, there are people that I give sessions. I used to have packages where I would meet people. Let me say, I would suggest to you, if it's a one-off, okay, you pay this kind of money and we meet, and that's it. But if you want a package, I can give you a package of like let me start. The starting package was 3 months, and we meet once every fortnight or once every month, depending on the busy schedule, on the schedule of the client. And definitely that package will be paid for differently. That will be a different kind of money. But again, you have my full support. But most of the people, when they got to the 3rd month, they would not want to terminate. Like they would still want to hang on. And some of them, I would even tell them, you know what? I do not have time on my schedule to be able to extend this, because I've already taken on other commitments. Why? Because now I know they can fly on their own, and they can be able to do whatever they need to do, but they're just depending on me, and I'm just getting engrossed into their problems. So you learn to cut away as a counselor or a coach. You learn to cut away from your client, because you can never decide for them. Even when someone, oh, kati mugambechi, what should I do? Kakati, don't tobiteka mu feelings. Ate kakati, don't do this, and again don't do that, and then we have that habit, so many counselors, of telling the clients what to do and what not to do. Remember, it's their lives. So guide them as much as you can, but do not detach as much as you can, and go back, because you have so many other people to actually help. And praying actually helps, okay? I can't forget that. Praying helps. God helps you, okay? Because most of the times you will sit in the counseling sessions, and sometimes you will feel like, have I given them enough? Is their problem solved, or have they gone back with their problem? And it helps. I pray for all my clients, okay? If it means putting them up on a wall, or just declaring a fast to pray for them, now that is how committed I am. I pray for my clients that they will have peaceful lives. They will come to a conclusion of what their problem was, and they will actually, and so many people give testimonies, okay? On our journey, okay, I've learned, everyone, okay, on this journey, our network is our net worth. We need to think outside the box. You're researching exactly, and having timetable for everything. I have learned to make important people, and then I have learned to be neutral, dealing with clients. I have learned to be passionate, managing expectations, being patient with myself, creating friends and value. I have learned to be passionate, to succeed, expect issues along the way. We'll lose some people along the way, and but you have to be determined, because your network determines your net worth. Okay, I love you guys, and I must run because our time is done. But I love you so much, and until next time, bye bye for now.